Okay, so this is my new shield build, and what I do is just a layer of EVA foam, blue camp pad, and then another layer of EVA foam. On the interior I have a PVC handle. PVC handles go to about here and here. I use Gorilla Glue to hold the handles in, and I just carve a rough shape out of the foam. And then cover the back of the handles up with another piece of EVA foam. I carve in the texture with a soldering iron. I use craft foam to kind of hide seams. With the Boss, this is a single piece of microcell EVA foam. Just kind of push through the hole that I cut in the center, glued in place, and then craft foam over the top of it. Something new I'm doing is I just do a trim of craft foam around, and then if you can kind of see, there's a bevel right here going like this, so the shield isn't at a 90-degree angle. It's at straight and then beveled and then straight, and it's also on the interior, and that makes these shields look so much thinner than the old way I was doing it, which was I just took a piece of craft foam and kind of folded it over the top on both sides. I like how that looks much better, and like I said, it makes it look a lot thinner. My buddy made a couple of these, and they still work really well, but the only problem was with the Plasti Dip, they will kind of warp, and if the shield's perfectly flat, you risk it warping kind of like a Pringle, which isn't great. Also, to give it extra strength, as I'm gluing the layers of foam together, I just kind of give it this curve, and you do that by just grabbing the end and just folding it in, and you do all the way around. This one's done the same way. As you can see, it's a pretty decent sized shield. I think it's about 6 foot. It's up to my waist, so maybe 3 feet by 2 feet. Pretty decent sized shield, and it just has, it's curved in slightly on the top, and then it's curved in slightly on the sides, and that gives it a lot of structure. This is kind of a more intricate Boss I did. It was a lot more work. It looks pretty nice. It's much deeper on the inside, but I don't know if it's really worth the extra work. The same way, the handle goes to about here on this bigger shield. And yeah, it's a really big shield. I wouldn't take it to a bell game because they allow a lot more pushing, but we allow shield on shield contact, pushing, and I've never had a problem with these shields. We hit pretty hard at the LARP I go to, and I've never had a problem. I wouldn't have a problem taking this to a bell game if I knew it was just going to be weapon on shield contact and shield on shield contact, but I'd be worried about this being bent or damaged if someone came running. The car's not broken, bud. Alright. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's kind of the things I've changed since I did the tutorial. No core is necessary even on this bigger shield here. It holds up really well. For something small like this, you definitely don't need a core. These are rock solid. Oh, and when you're Plasti Dipping, Plasti Dip the backside first. Let it dry because that's going to warp it a little bit, and then it's going to be an inward warp, which is good for strength. Those shields look a little wonky if they're bowed outwards. They look better if they're bowed inwards. So when you put the Plasti Dip on, it's going to dry and it's going to constrict slightly, and that's gonna warp your piece pretty significantly. So just like I said, fold it over, give that good strength to it, and I'm out of time.